Hello all, welcome to Web Technologies lecture series. This is Pawan Kumar Verma, working as Assistant Professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering, SRKR Engineering College. So the main objective of this video and what we are going to learn in this lecture is, the one of the main important topic, DHTML and the difference between the HTML and DHTML. DHTML is nothing but dynamic hypertext markup language. So there is no much difference between HTML and DHTML. Just adding JavaScript and CSS to the HTML is called dynamic HTML. Adding dynamic behavior to the HTML is nothing but DHTML. So first, what DHTML refers is, it is the technique of making web pages dynamic by client-side scripting to manipulate the document content and presentation. So we already discussed what JavaScript is up to now. So JavaScript is nothing but adding dynamic behavior by client-side scripting techniques. So how this client-side scripting language is useful to HTML is to manipulate the document content and its presentation. So web pages can be made more lively, dynamic or interactive by DHTML technique. So remember, DHTML is not any language or not any software tool. Just it is the combination of HTML and CSS and JavaScript. So just these ones, remember single step. DHTML is nothing but it is a combination of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. DHTML is dynamic HTML, adding more dynamic behavior to the HTML pages. So coming to the differences between HTML and DHTML, there are few differences. HTML is used to create static web pages. So DHTML, as in the name only suggests that it creates dynamic web pages. So in HTML consists is, it consists only HTML simple text. We already discussed that HTML is a combination. DHTML is a combination of DHTML. Is a combination of HTML tags plus CSS plus JavaScript plus the objects. So HTML is a markup language. DHTML is the technique, not any language, to make web page dynamic through some programming. So in HTML, we cannot alter the text and graphics on the web pages. So in DHTML, it allows us to alter text and graphics by using some techniques. We already discussed in the previous videos. What are the techniques is some of the event handling methods, and we can change the objects by using some event handlers, etc. So by using HTML, these web page makes just simple. By using to create any DHTML web pages, it is somewhat complex because we are adding some dynamic behavior by using JavaScript. So web pages are less interactive in HTML, and in the name itself suggests that it is more interactive in dynamical HTML. So HTML sites will be slow upon client-side technologies. So it is slow and compared to DHTML, but DHTML is fast when we use some client-side technology. So in summarize, just DHTML is nothing but it is the combination of HTML plus CSS plus JavaScript. Adding more dynamic behavior to the web pages is nothing but as dynamic HTML. We already seen some examples how we can add the dynamic behavior and how the web pages can interact through client side. So let us see small example for the DHTML. So this is the small example for DHTML. Just I am adding some dynamic behavior to the simple web page. So what simple web page is? So in web page I had taken one image .srkr.jpg. So for this image I am going to give some dynamical behavior. So how I am going to give is, I am taking three functions. First one is function. I had written this script in head tag. So first one is the function with image1. So for image1 I am giving i1 is nothing but some id for the image. So this is the i1 dot source. This is the source of the image, and function image2, and for this id I had taken source is equal to srkr1.jpg. So I had taken both two different images, and I had taken another function fun1. For these I had I created one method dot inner text with this ID. The ID is h11. h11 dot inner text is you click on the text. So what I am giving is for h1 on click. If you click on this text, I am giving some function. So if we click on this text, what it will show by the web page by dynamically is it will show some content you clicked on text. And for another function, and what I had taken is on mouse over and on mouse out. These are the two event handlers. On mouse over means if we click on the SRKR.jpg image, if the mouse is on that image, show image perform image one function. If the image is out of the on mouse out, what on mouse out gives is if the mouse is out of this srkr.jpg, show this image too. This is the this is how we are making our web page more dynamic. So let's run this example. So I'm running this example. So we had taken three functions. First one is click on text. If you click on text, some function perform, and it is dynamically changed to you click on text. And the other two one is if the mouse is on the image, shows srkr1.jpg, and if the mouse is out of the image, show other picture srkr1.jpg. As the mouse is out of the image, it is showing that srkr1.jpg. So if we click on if we take our mouse onto the image, it is going to change. This is the actual image srkr.jpg. If we taken out of this image, this is on mouse click and on mouse click out. This is the third function. So this is how we are adding our DHTML and how we are giving the dynamic content to the HTML pages by using some techniques. So in this video we learned about what is DHTML and the difference between HTML and DHTML, and we learned a simple example on how an web page and how an HTML can be changed, how an HTML can be changed, a page can be dynamically changed using some techniques with JavaScript using event handling. So thank you.